My name is Patrick Murphy, and for my political presentation, I decided to tell the class about Scott Brown, the former Republican governor of Massachusetts. Scott Brown was born on September 12, 1959, in Kittery, Maine. He graduated cum laude with a Bachelor of Arts in History from Tufts University in 1981. Following this, he attended Boston College Law School, where he graduated with a Juris Doctor in 1985. He spent 35 years in the National Guard and was deployed to Afghanistan in August of 2011. He served 6 terms in Mass Legislature, 3 each in the House and Senate, and was known as a leading advocate for veterans. After Senator Ted Kennedy passed away in 2009, Brown announced that he would be running for Senator of Massachusetts. He won a landslide victory in the Republican primary, but faced a great deal of difficulty in the upcoming election against Democrat Martha Coakley. Against overwhelming odds, Brown won the election and became the first Republican since 1971 to be voted into the U.S. Senate in Massachusetts. Unfortunately, he lost the re-election in 2012 to Democrat Elizabeth Warren. He ran against Senator Jeanne Sheehan for the New Hampshire U.S. Senate seat in 2014, where he lost by a very close margin of 3%, which has been known as one of the closest margins in New Hampshire primary voting. There's currently wide speculation that Brown will run for re-election as Massachusetts State Senator in 2018. Voting history. Brown describes himself as a socially moderate and fiscally conservative politician. He identifies as a Reagan Republican. As a Massachusetts state legislator, he voted Republican around 90% of the time. Although it's important to note that Republican leadership in Massachusetts is generally considered far more moderate than the National Republican Party. As Senator of Massachusetts, he voted Republican around 80% of the time. And according to a poll of Massachusetts voters, 56% of them believed that he had kept his promise to be an independent voice in the U.S. Senate. Sources of personal income. Since elected to the U.S. Senate in 2010, he has been paid $174,000 per year. He received a $700,000 advance for his memoir, Against All Odds. His tax returns show a $300,000 profit from book sales alone. He currently works as a political contributor for Fox News Channel and an on-call host for select Fox News Channel shows. I also think it's very important to note, my father urged me to say this, my father actually attended law school at Boston College with Scott Brown and wanted me to point out to everybody in the class that Scott Brown also received personal income as a model throughout college. Major donors. His top 5 donors from 2009 until 2014 are the following. FMR Corp., which donated $332,000. EMC Corp., which donated $173,000. Massachusetts Mutual Life Insurance, which donated $144,000. Goldman Sachs, which donated $135,000, and VoteSend PAC, which donated $113,000. Campaign promises. On fiscal policy, Brown is opposed to higher taxes, especially in the midst of a severe recession. On foreign policy, he advocated that suspected terrorists be tried in military tribunals instead of civilian court. He supports enhanced interrogation techniques, such as waterboarding. He also supports a 2-state solution for the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, where Israel and a new independent Palestinian state would coexist. On the topic of health care, he supported a 2006 Massachusetts health care reform, which required all residents to have health insurance, and established a state-subsidized plan created for those that could not afford it. On gun control, Scott Brown was the first GOP senator to support a federal ban on assault weapons. In 2012, he opposed a state initiative to legalize medical marijuana in Massachusetts, and believes that there should be a higher and more strict fine for anyone that is driving under the influence of marijuana. Scott Brown's a very interesting politician, especially in Massachusetts, as he's a Republican that has actually had success, which not many have. I thought that he would be a great person to talk about and to tell the class about so that they could first realize how unique of a politician he is. I just want to thank you for your time today, and have a great year and summer.